In a few minutes on WMBD News at 4. Mark, Chris, what do you guys know?
Well, Rebecca, we've got some breaking news coming into the newsroom. The case of a missing Central Illinois woman, now a homicide case. We'll bring you the very latest on that. Plus, we'll tell you how Amazon wants to help out with COVID vaccinations and a very cool story about a dog who will not leave his sick owner's side.
Hey, weather's looking great right now. It is going to be much colder by tomorrow, and we're starting to get a better idea about the system coming in early next week. It's looking like it's going to have some pretty big impacts on our local area. I'll give you that forecast and talk about all the cold weather coming up at 4.
Lots of stuff to pay attention to. Well, thanks for joining us here on CI News Day. WMBD News at 4 starts now.
Now your forecast first, sponsored by Feldco.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm your local weather authority, Chief Meteorologist Chris Shea. It's a beautiful day. Temperatures back in the mid to upper 40s. Live view over Peoria, 45 degrees, not a cloud in sight. It is hard to believe that we will be in the lower teens for some of the area tomorrow morning. 31 by 6 o'clock. Temperatures are expected to kind of take a nosedive here in the next couple of hours. So how low will our temperatures go? We'll have your full forecast coming up. WMBD News at 4 starts now.
Just into our newsroom, a homicide investigation less than 24 hours after Peoria police launched a search for a missing woman. Officers now confirming they found a body this afternoon just a half a block away from East Peoria Community High School. Identifying the victim as 50-year-old Mona Ellison, police say they discovered her body deep in the woods off Woodrow Drive. Before she vanished, they say no one had seen her in days. If you have any information, Peoria police want to hear from you right away at the number on your screen. In other news, after his inauguration festivities, President Biden not wasting any time getting down to business. He turned his attention to his administration's policies and signing his first executive orders as president. Our Joe Khalil has more.
President Joe Biden wasted no time diving into his agenda, just hours after taking the oath of office.
I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear.
He signed 17 executive orders and directives focused on the pandemic, immigration, and the environment. Much of it undoing Trump administration policies.
I thought with the state of the nation today, is no time to waste, get to work immediately.
Among President Biden's actions
is the commitment I made that we're going to rejoin the Paris Climate Accord as of today.
Rejoining the Paris Climate Accords, ending President Trump's travel ban on 7 countries, 5 of which are Muslim-majority populations, and establishing a COVID response czar.
There's no time to start like today.
The new directives also offer further protection for DACA recipients, immigrants who were brought to the country illegally as children, and they stop further construction on the border wall.
I don't begrudge him the right to change things. I just hope he would use that right wisely.
Republican Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina says President Biden should reach out to his side of the aisle, arguing the new president will get better results that way. But Graham says the new president's priorities are his prerogative.
You got elected running against Trump, so you have the right to change some of his policies by executive order. The question for Joe Biden is, will these changes work?
The latest coronavirus numbers show the huge challenge facing President Biden on the pandemic. Yesterday, U.S. officials reported another 4,200 deaths. That brings the official death toll to more than 406,000. 1 year to the day since we learned of the first COVID-19 infection in the country. Efforts to slow the spread are starting to hit a wall, with some states running out of vaccine doses. Japan says this summer's Olympic Games will go ahead after being delayed in 2020 because of the pandemic. But some experts say it could be too risky, with more than 80% of people recently polled in Japan saying the Olympic Games should be canceled or postponed again. CBS's Ian Lee has more.
The venues are ready. They have been for over a year. With 6 months to go before Tokyo hosts the Olympic Games, Japan's prime minister says they're prepared and determined to keep COVID at bay. 15,000 athletes plus support staff are expected to descend on Tokyo in July. Officials are looking at using robots to speed up testing for fans if they're allowed at all.
Anything is possible, and we need to do the best we can to prepare for the games at this moment.
But much of Japan is still under a state of emergency. The country hasn't even approved a vaccine. COVID cases are on the rise, and so is public opposition to hosting the games.
Now we are facing with far more danger than last year. So why do you have to hold the Olympic Games?
One big factor to push ahead with the world's biggest sporting event is the cost. The government has already spent $15 billion. Ian Lee, CBS News.
Across the Midwest, Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan updated the public earlier today on expanded COVID-19 vaccine eligibility. Duggan saying Michigan had a 50,000 dose shortfall in the Pfizer vaccine this week, and Detroit got 6,000 vaccines instead of the 9,000 to 10,000 it was expecting. In response, Duggan lowered the eligibility age to receive a vaccine from 75 to 68, also including clergy interacting with congregants and funeral home employees. Duggan says this is a very positive experience.
If you could see what's happening now in TCF, people are getting their shot, they're clapping, they're honking their horns in celebration of the fact that they've got their shot. It is a very positive experience. It's going very smoothly, and it will bring peace of mind. It'll protect not just you, but it will protect those around you.
Mayor Duggan says they're moving out the vaccine quickly and will continue to expand as more doses come in, saying more than 80% of the doses that they receive are going into residents' arms and are not being withheld. This week, about 1,000 people a day can be vaccinated at the city's mass drive-through vaccination clinic. We're getting a closer look at the extensive damage caused by a house fire in Peoria last night. Take a look at your screen. It happened around 11:15 at a home on Northeast Madison Avenue. Crews found the fire in the basement of the 3-story home. And they say it was difficult to battle because the home was boarded up. Investigators say there's about $100,000 worth of damage. Well, today, the building demolished for public safety reasons. That fire is still under investigation. A local state representative selected to a new leadership role in the Illinois House. The 92nd District's Jahan Gordon Booth has been named Speaker pro tempore for her new position. That makes her the highest ranked House member outside of the Chicago area. She says her role as Speaker allows her to be involved in setting agendas. Gordon Booth considers this a big win for her district.
This new role allows me to be at every table. There isn't anything that'll be happening in Springfield that I don't have the ability to weigh in on or have impact. And so me being elevated to this new position, this is a win for Peoria.
Gordon Booth says she looks forward to working with new House Speaker Chris Welch. Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates will be back with your full forecast.
You're watching WMBD News, Central Illinois Proud, with Mark Welp and Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates with your local Weather Authority forecast. This is WMBD News at 4. Closed captioning on WMBD, sponsored by Uftring Ford.
Our nursing home injury team will work tirelessly to get justice and compensation for your loved one.
Having a caring team by your side matters.
Call today. We'll get answers because the truth matters. Malm & Long, we know what matters most.
To make FanDuel Sportsbook's risk-free first bet even less risky, we got All-Pro Vince Wilfork to be Aaron's food safety inspector while he bets.
Do you think I could have a bite yet? Or... It's okay.
FanDuel Sportsbook. Get your first bet risk-free.
The epic sell-off is on now at Furniture Row. And when we say it's epic, we mean epic! Shop today and find incredible savings store-wide. That means epic savings on sofas, sectionals, and accent chairs. Epic markdowns on dining groups, tables, and bar stools. Epic deals on bed sets, dressers, mattresses, and adjustable bases. Plus, get 4 years no interest. And free shipping right to your doorstep. Epic styles, epic selection, all with epic savings. Only at Furniture Row.
Join the Riverplex today through January and pay no initiation fee.
At Watkins Jewelry, the occasion is always right around the corner with a wide collection of diamonds, emeralds, rubies, and pearls. We also have collectors and working knives. And our grandfather clocks are 50% off. Don't forget about our sports watches valued at $150 for $20 each. Call or visit today at Watkins Jewelry.
I'm Corey Dolan, owner and head pharmacist at Prexshot Compounding Pharmacy. We're proud to have the state's most advanced sterile and non-sterile compounding pharmacy lab. So when you're looking for the right CBD for you, Prexshot will always have the highest quality around. Our private label CBD is third-party tested, and our pharmacists can help you choose the right dose and discuss how it could interact with your other medications. If you want to learn more, come to the Junction City Shopping Center and ask your pharmacist.
Prexshot, better health, better life.
It's going to be tough getting around out there with all the on and off freezing rain leaving us with slippery roads. Temps will hover in the upper teens. Head over to CICrowd.com for more.
Bloomington on the Storm Tracker Camera Network, sponsored by Osling and Abbott.
Dad, we do this every day.
When I was your age, we didn't have the all-new 2021 Nissan Rogue with snow mode. You know what we had? The occasional Sunday drive, a gravel road here and there. We didn't get to experience the thrill of groundbreaking driving technology on a daily basis like you kids do.
The all-new, fiercely reimagined Nissan Rogue. Get 0% financing for up to 84 months on 13 models, or save $500 on the 2021 Nissan Rogue.
The Storm Tracker Skycam Network, brought to you by Linco Precision Ag Technology Solutions. Now, your local weather authority forecast from Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates.
Well, it's been a beautiful day. Temperatures inching, or at least we're inching closer to 50 degrees. No complaints, because by tomorrow, these temperatures are going to get, slammed down pretty hard. Overall, pretty nice. A lot of sunshine. Beautiful looking shot on the Brave Loss Center camera. A little cooler up north, 39. Kewanee, Peru. Galesburg is 38. Peoria now at 45. And we've had a little bit of a breeze coming out of the west today. That breeze has allowed those temperatures to warm up. Winds now at 10 to 20 miles per hour. But looking to the north, things are changing. There's a strong cold front that's beginning to drop south. That front is going to bring us a chance, at least for some much colder air. In fact, that colder air is already on the march. Minneapolis down to 25 degrees. And as we head through tonight, that Arctic frontal boundary is going to continue to sag south. We're not looking at any snow with this. It'll come through dry. We'll get a few clouds, but it's all about those temps really starting to drop late tonight and early tomorrow. Here's a look at our wind speed forecast as we go through tonight. The winds will be a little bit breezy. They might even pick up a little bit as that Arctic front comes in. Still 10 to 20 mile per hour sustained winds, maybe a few gusts up around 30. And the wind speeds are going to subside, but they're not going to completely drop off, which means as our temperatures really start to drop and we eventually see lows into the low to mid-teens across central Illinois, that's going to bring the wind chill factor down quite a bit. So watch what happens to our wind chills as we go throughout the night. Notice wind chills dropping near to below zero if you're up along Interstate 80 here in Peoria. I think we'll have a wind chill tomorrow morning around 5 degrees. So as you send your kids off to school, make sure they're bundled up, hats, scarves, gloves, all of the above. You're going to need it tomorrow. It's going to be one of the coldest mornings we've had so far this winter. Highs tomorrow, we're not warming up much. I think we'll only get into the teens out west. 16 degrees, Galesburg, 18 in Kewanee, Peoria, around 24 degrees tomorrow afternoon. Things start to change heading into the weekend. This polar high is going to slide its way to the east. That opens the door for the next system to begin to move into central Illinois. Now, the system's going to come in waves. The first taste of it begins to move in Saturday evening in the form of some fairly light snow showers. Could be some localized moderate snow bands up along Interstate 80. For areas like Peoria, any snow accumulation at least Saturday night is probably going to remain light. The main system begins to take aim on us Sunday night into Monday, and that's where things can get hairy real quick depending on how this storm eventually plays out. Models have come into better agreement with the overall storm track, which is to take an area of low pressure across the southern part of the state. That puts us in a favorable zone for a nasty wintry mix, maybe even a bit of freezing rain. And then on the back side of it, a band of some heavy snow coming across central and northern Illinois on Monday. Overall, it's looking like the storm could have some of the biggest impacts on our local area out of any winter storm we've already seen this winter season, which, given how this winter has gone, isn't saying much. But we're going to be watching for the potential for some heavy snow along and west of the Illinois River and areas south of Interstate 80. Heavy rain potential further south and accumulating snow across the entire northern part of the state. Beneath that snow could be a layer of freezing rain, and this is where we could see some problems right now between Interstate 72 and, say, a line from Macomb up through Pontiac. We'll be on the lookout for some potential freezing rain underneath any snow that comes in our way on Monday. So accumulating ice and snow looking more likely Sunday night into Monday. Hazardous travel will be likely, and we're also looking at that increased risk with a wet snow, some ice beneath it, for some more power outages heading into early next week. So here's that extended forecast. We'll keep an eye on this forecast over the next couple of days. Temperatures are going to rebound a little bit as well, so it's not a slam dunk forecast by any stretch of the imagination. Our temperatures are going to be in the low to mid 30s, which means the snow that does fall on Monday is going to have a lot of water in it. It's going to be very heavy in nature. Of course, we've already once this year, a few weeks ago, put a lot of stress on tree limbs and power lines. You start throwing in some additional ice and snow. That could be a problem come Monday.
Wow. Okay. Well, we have time to get ready for it. And as you said, as things change, you will let us know.
You got it.
All right. Thanks, Chris. Ending the negative stigma on adopting shelter pets. How President Biden's newest furry companion is helping rescues find a home.
We met in high school.
Is that him?
Yeah. Why do I even need a psych evaluation?
It was all explained in the pamphlet.
I'm given a kidney. Nobody said there was going to be reading.
She'll do fine.
Thank you.
Assuming she's not drunk, or in jail, or offering her kidney to some other guy.
A new Be Positive. Watch tonight or stream anytime on CBS.
People come to the Janssen Law Center and they say, what happened to my loved one in the hospital? The doctors don't know or they won't tell us. I say, bring your medical records to us. We'll at least give you an answer. We examine these medical records with our own independent doctors, free of charge, and at least you will know why the result happened in the hospital.
Jay Jansen. One name says it all.
Still hard to find a spot, just easier to park. Still the big move, just more moving. Still singing, just more in tune. Still the gang's all here, just less are we there yet. The Chevy family of SUVs, making life's journey just better.
Get a $5,500 cash allowance on most 2020 Equinox models. Plus, current Chevy owners get an additional $750 cash allowance. And eligible GM card members can use an additional $1,000 in bonus earnings toward their purchase.
Love lower than low prices? Then get more ways to save at Kroger, where you can find personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. All for prices that are lower than low. On food that's fresher than fresh. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
I've been afraid to go to a dentist all my life.
You're scared of what's going to happen and what they're going to tell you.
With sedation dentistry, I felt no pain.
Sedation dentistry is why I came to Total Dental Care.
I feel like you need to have a very comfortable, relaxing experience when you go to the dentist. You have that at Total Dental Care.
Sedation made my anxiety to a zero.
No more pain and no more anxiety.
I'm very happy that I chose Total Dental Care.
He's the best.
This Jeopardy category is very verbal, and it
almost rhymes with purple. This undergarment has mostly given way to shapewear.
Think you know it?
Kind of almost rhymes with purple.
On Jeopardy!
Weekdays at 4:30 on WMBD.
Despite all the obstacles of adopting during a pandemic, one animal rescue is seeing more adoptions than expected. Our Maya Balai has more on how adopted pets might be the key to easing COVID-19 stress.
The White House is once again home to a presidential pup. Only President Joe Biden's dog Major is no minor addition. As the first rescue dog adopted from a shelter to live in the White House, he could help shake off myths about adopted pets.
A lot of people think of adopted pets as, they're broken or they have issues, and in reality, they are some of the best dogs and cats that are out there.
Good boy. Yeah. Rescue Village, the Geauga Humane Society, has high hopes for the message Major could send about pet adoptions. Despite all the obstacles of adopting during a pandemic, Rescue Village did see more adoptions than expected.
We actually did, even with COVID and our doors being closed, we were able to adopt out over 1,200 animals last year. So that has been incredible.
The number is still lower than 2019, where more than 2,000 pets were adopted.
We offer a pet food pantry for owners who are struggling right now, either financially or just with some sort of hardship.
But what has exploded in popularity is the option to foster a pet, taking a pet home temporarily as they await adoption.
What we've lost in adoption numbers, we've seen a huge influx of people wanting to foster pets.
Gorgon here is a puppy and new to the rescue. Some of the things that you should think about before adopting a dog is their temperament and your lifestyle. Think about if the dog will fit in at your home.
What sort of breed characteristics you want to have, as well as, you know, what sort of environment are you bringing the dog into.
So if you're looking for a pet,
we really do hope that having a rescue dog in the White House sort of sheds light on the fact that, you know, there are still so many animals in shelters that need homes.
Don't overlook the local rescue, where you might find a major addition to the family.
Pitching in on the national effort to roll out the COVID-19 vaccine. The company lending a helping hand in order to get America vaccinated.
A lot of people say online shopping is hurting local business, but I believe the best local stores can be the best online stores too. Hi, I'm Paul Sherman. That's exactly why we created the next day delivery store at shermansnow.com. Whether you need to quickly replace a broke down appliance or want to buy a new mattress without visiting a store, you can order online by 10 p.m. and we'll deliver it to you tomorrow. shermansnow.com, your best local and online store.
Today, it's more important than ever to be in the safety of your own home. At Visiting Angels, we offer you the care and one-on-one service that you need.
Visiting Angels, America's choice in home care.
Delightful deals. Pay less on carpet, hardwood, waterproof floors. In stock, in style, incredible. Flooring Depot, we've got the D-Eals.
Are you in need of hope, encouragement, and the love of God? I'm Pastor Salem. I'd like to invite you to join us for the Christian Worship Hour. For decades, I've been teaching the Word of God so that people everywhere can experience the love and power of a personal relationship with our Lord. Tune into this station this weekend and prepare to be blessed and encouraged by another life-changing message.
Learn more about our program at ChristianWorshipHour.com.
The CI Proud to Go weather app, interactive radar, severe weather alerts, and Chris Yates' local weather authority forecast. CI Proud to Go. Download right now.
Do you want to get the ultimate insider's car deal? Now you can during the Uftring Friends and Family used car clearance. With Friends and Family pricing on local trades, factory execs, SUVs, trucks, and many under $10,000. Now at every Uftring Auto Group dealer.
For over 20 years, Garner's has been the one-stop shop for award-winning wings and incredible pizza. Whether it's dine-in or delivery, you can sit on the couch and still get some of the best food around. With thin crust, hand-tossed, and even Chicago style, you can't go wrong. Stop by or call today.
You're watching WMBD News at 4.
A study finds common back pain treatments don't really work, and Amazon wants to help President Biden with COVID-19 vaccines. These stories are for your health. Amazon is offering to help with the national effort to distribute the COVID-19 vaccine. Amazon says it stands ready to leverage its operations, information technology, and communications capabilities. Amazon has reached an agreement with a third-party healthcare provider to administer vaccines on site at the company's warehouses. A common treatment for chronic back pain may not provide much relief after all. A new review suggests that antidepressants on average provide little to no back pain relief, though they could have a modest benefit for osteoarthritis and sciatica. Chronic pain can be an emotionally draining experience, so antidepressants are sometimes prescribed by doctors to help sufferers with their mental distress. A third pandemic lockdown appears to be having little impact on rates of COVID-19 in England. Researchers warned today, with prevalence of the disease very high and no evidence of decline in the first 10 days of renewed restrictions. Until rates of COVID-19 are reduced substantially, health services will remain under extreme pressure. Prime Minister Boris Johnson put England into a third national lockdown on January 5th, closing bars, restaurants, and most schools, and allowing only essential shops to open. While most of the attention was focused on our new president Wednesday, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders took some of the spotlight, creating quite the buzz on social media for his inauguration attire. That's a great picture. Naomi Ruckham reports from New York.
There was no shortage of fashion statements on Inauguration Day, but one came from a very unlikely source, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders. The former presidential candidate wore a beige parka and pair of distinctive wool mittens. It all led very quickly to a photo of him sitting cross-legged that went viral on social media.
You know, in Vermont, we dress warm. We know something about the cold, and we're not so concerned about good fashion. We want to keep warm.
Senator Sanders was photoshopped into different scenes, including the Iron Throne from Game of Thrones, the bench in Forrest Gump, and even a seat on the New York City subway.
I think it's sweet. I mean, it's very unexpected.
Vermont school teacher Jen Ellis gave Sanders the mittens back in 2016. She makes them out of repurposed wool and fleece.
People wear things from famous fashion designers to the inauguration. And there was Bernie wearing mittens that I made, you know, in my craft room with a sewing machine that my mother gave to me when I was 12.
Don't bother trying to contact Ellis for a pair of her mittens. She says she doesn't have any left. You may have a better chance of getting one of these. A Bernie Sanders Inauguration Day bobblehead has already been unveiled and is available for pre-order. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News, New York.
No mitts for the one percenters out there. Don't go anywhere. Chris has a final look at your forecast after the break.
Family run since 1983, Foster's Auto Service has you covered from your windshield wipers to your engine. With a full suite of services, there's no better time to call and set up an appointment. Foster's Auto Service is located across from the Peoria Speedway on Farmington Road.
Nursing home neglect is far too common. Mom-in-law has the experience to know what matters in nursing home cases.
Holding caretakers accountable for neglect matters.
Making sure it doesn't happen to anyone else matters.
Compensation for pain and suffering matters.
Our nursing home injury team will work tirelessly to get justice and compensation for your loved one.
Having a caring team by your side matters.
Call today. We'll get answers because the truth matters. Mom-in-law, we know what matters most.
FanDuel Sportsbook's risk-free first bet makes it incredibly easy to bet without risk. But to make it even less risky, we've hired former All-Pro nose tackle Vince Wilfork to be Aaron's food safety inspector while he bets.
Do you think I could have a bite yet? Or it's just I haven't eaten this morning. I didn't eat. Do you know when?
FanDuel Sportsbook. There's no easier way to try sports betting risk-free.
It's okay.
Get up to $1,000 back if you don't win your first bet.
More epic than scaling Everest. More epic than a frontside 720. More epic than a kid eating broccoli. It's the epic sell-off at Denver Mattress. Right now, save big on the original Doctor's Choice lineup, starting at only $569.99. Check out the Summit Firm for only $189.99. Or get a $300 Furniture Row gift certificate when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. Plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. Shop the epic sell-off today, only at Denver Mattress.
Enjoy the sweet life at Sweet Basil Cafe. Big gourmet breakfast served all day.
Look at the size of this omelet.
Don't forget the lunch and dinners featuring paninis, the meatloaf sundae, the banana bread Foster dessert, and much, much more. Enjoy the sweet life at Sweet Basil Cafe.
Take a look at this. When Bon Cook the dog saw her owner being taken away to the hospital in Turkey last week, the faithful hound was so concerned she followed the ambulance and waited outside the medical facility for days until her master was discharged. Semel Senturk was taken to the hospital, and the pooch gave chase and waited on the front steps of the hospital. There's the reunion. Bon Cook was briefly reunited with her master when Senkirk was pushed outside in a wheelchair for a visit with the furry companion. Senkirk has now returned home to be with that faithful dog. Apparently the dog would eventually go home. I guess it didn't want to sleep outside, But then 9 in the morning would take off for the hospital again and stay there till it got dark, and then went home again.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Leave it to dogs.
Awesome.
All right, a lot of changes heading our way. You're going to feel it tomorrow morning. Be sure the kids are bundled up. Here's a look at our forecast. We'll have overnight lows into the teens. By tomorrow, when the kids head out for the bus, the wind chills are expected to be between 0 and 5 here in Peoria. We'll hit a high at 24 tomorrow. During the afternoon, wind chills could peak back to around 10, maybe south of I-74 around 15 degrees. And that extended forecast is not looking pretty if you were hoping for less snow and more sun. Instead, we're going to deal with a wintry mix, albeit light on Sunday. Everything really begins to ramp up Sunday night into Monday. Freezing rain and the potential for some moderate to locally heavy snow accumulation is possible, so you'll want to stay tuned.
Going to need those Bernie Sanders gloves.
The bigger the better.
That's right. Thanks, Chris, and thank you for joining us. WMBD News is available on air, online, and on the go. Head to our website, ciproud.com. You can also get the latest news on our app for your phone or tablet. We'll see you right back here at 5.